What's up, everybody? What's up, guys? Welcome back to 5-Minute Rants. So, guys, today I want to talk about doing things in decency and order. I want to talk about timing. I want to talk about how to actually accomplish what you're setting out to do. And often I want to talk about one of the major problems why most people get stuck when they're trying to build. And here is one of the reasons why most people get stuck. First, number one big problem is when you're trying to build something, we get caught up on not doing anything. We come up with tons of ideas to convince ourselves why we shouldn't do what we did. So we just had the best idea on earth. Like, oh my gosh, this is how I'm going to build the life I want. This is how I'm going to build the company I want. This is how I'm going to make money. This is how I'm going to find the person that I want to marry. All these things, right? Best idea ever. And then we start planning and thinking about it. And then all of a sudden we convince ourselves not to do it. And when you start convincing yourself not to do it, that is a major problem. So Andrew and I were improving something within the company, right? We were working on our sales process. We were working on marketing and doing these things. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, here's a brilliant idea. And it was an amazing idea. And then we went through the process that I'm exactly talking about, right? We started going to planning. Awesome. How are we going to execute this? Boom, boom, boom. And when we started talking about how we execute, all of a sudden, all these reasons come up for, hey, why we shouldn't do this. And it's very important to know the unintended consequences. Like, I think you have to think through actions. Okay, if we do this, what is going to happen? Are these things what we actually want, right? However, that's observation. If we perform A, and then we will get B, right? If we do A, then B, C, D, E happen after we do A. And you need to look at that. However, when those things are used not to do it as justifications not to do it, right? And you're not even thinking through the process. That is when it becomes a problem, because now you're just convincing yourself not to do it. So that is one of the major things that comes up when you're trying to actually move forward in life. You convince yourself not to do it. The second biggest problem where you get stuck, and when you get stuck trying to build something, is when you start on a problem and you start with how. How are we going to do it? How am I going to do that? Right? Not why. So a good example of this, just moved into a house, bought the house, rented the house, whatever. We're just moving into a brand new house. Never been here before. And we have not even decided on which bedroom is going to be the bedroom. They're all the same. We haven't decided which one we're going to sleep in, right? We're the only ones in the house, whatever. Just moved in. We haven't decided which bedroom we're going to sleep in. There's one on the ground floor. There's one on the third floor. There's one on the second floor. And all of a sudden we start getting stuck on, well, how are we going to get the bed up the stairs? Why does how are we going to get the bed up the stairs even matter when we haven't decided where we're going to sleep? Isn't that interesting? That's how most things happen in business. It's like, cool. Hey, we want to build another avenue to generate revenue. Well, how are we going to do that? Well, hold on. We need to decide about what is the vision. What type of revenue are we trying to create? Start, stop, reoccurring, right? Are we thinking about, awesome, here's the long-term vision of the company. We're trying to build out this wing of the company, this piece that we've been waiting on, and now's the time for us to do it. Instead, we're just like, well, how are we going to do the revenue? Well, the how is always determined, and this is something I think that is really important. How is always determined by why and what. Why are we about to do? Like the vision, the heart, the greater good, all this stuff, vision, greater good, why? And then what are we going to do? That determines how, because if you start with how, you're going backwards. And when you go backwards, think about it. It's much harder to drive a car in reverse than it is to drive a car going forwards. And we often do things backwards in life when we're trying to build. We start backwards. A lot of this is education. School teaches you to do things backward. Like, hey, we're going to learn math. Versus, hey, here's all the reasons why math is so important. It develops as part of your brain. It allows you to actually calculate money and financial matters. Here's the math that really matters for that. Here's all these things. And we start with the vision and how it betters and improves you. Nope. Awesome. 2 + 2, guys, count. Why? And school doesn't teach you any why. I actually personally really had problems with school because there was a very deep pointlessness to it because nobody talked to me about why. And I'm built more on the why side, right? Versus the let's just execute side, right? Like I'm the nitty-gritty detailed technical person. But the point is this, you get stuck because you don't start at why. And then you also get stuck because you convince yourself not to do the brilliant idea you just had. And here's the thing for the brilliant idea. Unless you're going into a bunch of debt, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? You end up in the same place you are today. Might as well try it. Anyways, guys, I'm way over. I'll catch you later. Peace.